Welcome everyone. I am Marble Mart, and this is my first ever attempt at doing a live marble run. I often come in this room and build up extravagant marble runs, and I film them and edit them and upload them in my own time after, but this is the very first time that I've done it live. So I'm just going to see how it goes. I assume no one will want to watch, but if they do, they'll be welcome. I've got all my bits all laid out around me, so I haven't got to go too far for any one thing. And what I build today will be completely random, and there'll be lots of opportunity to have a say about any of the stuff that I'm building. Obviously, even if no one watches it right away, there will be opportunity to watch it back later. So I will continue to talk to no one until someone shows up, which is always nice. Anyway, so this is my base. These are my marble run pieces. These are my marbles. I've not lost them yet. I've lost some, but not all of them. And over this side, we've got a few accessories, including dinosaurs, which seem to be very popular with the children, certainly my children. My youngest absolutely loves the dinosaurs. Here we go. So these are just Duplo dinosaurs that decorate just about any marble run up to look quite Jurassic. And then mixed in among them, we've got dinosaurs that actually, where the marbles can pass through. So we can get there, you see, which is nice, isn't it? Again, the kids seem to love those. We don't have to use those today unless someone really would like me to. So I'll just move those all out of the way and we can get started. Now, marble runs are a funny business. They need to be gravity assisted. All of my marble runs are take a marble from up high and get it down to somewhere down low. And to do that, we use a variety of tools. We have things like this. Yeah, it's got some cool music that comes on with it. And the idea is that these just step the marbles up one at a time, and then pop them out the top, where I have a sort of a ramp waiting to take it to the next thing. I'll just let these two. Oh no, it got stuck. They generally get to the top quite well on this. And the second sort of option for getting marbles from down low to up high are the elevators. There's little glass tubes with a spiral inside and a motor on the top, and you can have a little handle on there, and you can wind it, which is great. But these ones are also battery operated, which means if you create a marble run that is sound and solid and circular, as in circular I mean the marble comes out here, it goes in here, it will create a loop, and when it's a loop it will go on for as long as the batteries last. I like making perpetual ones because they're quite easy to film them therefore after. A lot of my point-to-point ones do not do that. Right, so without any further ado, I'm going to just place my first elevator. Let's just show you what happens in the reality. We need to get marbles into the bottom of this elevator. And this is done with something that provides a little bit of gravity itself. So if you think of marbles all queuing up here, what we don't want them to do is stop, which a flat ramp would do. If I had a flat ramp going into there, they wouldn't get pushed in. So we generally always start off with a little up ramp. Sometimes I double that up just so there's a sort of a better sort of holding area for the marbles. Then design for that later. It provides a beautiful tune. I've got two sort of straight up buckets full of bits. This one and this one. I've acquired quite a lot over the last few months as I've built up bigger and bigger and bigger marble runs. So there we go. They are now, when there's 2 or 3 in a queue, the weight of these will then push the next one in. There we go. Okay, so now I have got past the introductions, we can actually start to build something meaningful. Now, I may choose to spin the board around a couple of times because I generally use this Duplo, which is oldest time. Some of this Duplo here is probably older than I am, but it is built to last. Because it's made out of plastic, it's good to reuse plastic for as long as you can to save the environment. There's absolutely no need to use anything else. There is literally nothing I can't create with this Duplo stuff, with enough time and enough of the bits. Alright, so just creating the next stage of the ramp. Now what you have to keep in mind is don't have too much flat space where the speed is scrubbed. If the speed, and you lose speed on the corners, so just one of those things you have to bear in mind. Normally I don't really notice it until it's too late, until I've already committed to building that piece of track. So it's important to get your hills in and your ramps. What we could do, we can have a nice swooping bend here, like this. But now we're going to need something to give that some speed. So what we'll probably do is add a ramp. Okay. So now we just give a little test. It's quite important to do these little tests as you build and build and build. So there we go. Use a nice straight bit to run into that. If there's anybody on the chat, just say hello. Right. The good thing about some of this is we can loop it around, and if you allow enough space to bridge over, you can sort of add loops and stuff like that, which I quite like doing. One of the hardest things to contend with the Duplo stuff is when it's basically all even numbers. Everything's a 2, a 4, an 8, 16, which is great in one sense, but not great in others, because some of the newer ramps work in odd numbers. You only have to use an odd number once somewhere around your track, and then it can be a little bit stuffed because stuff just doesn't line up after the end. Okay. Right, so if there's anybody out there that would like to say hello, I know we've got a couple of people watching. Just pop anything in the chat. We've got loads of bits. If you've got any ideas or suggestions about what you'd like to see, if you've seen any of my videos before, you'll know